Another day, another dollar, and another 3-0 loss by Brighton and Derby ball. Too soon? Too soon?
That's where you went?
I opened.
You're that petty.
I just want to be petty, and I just want the world to burn.
Hey,
Because apparently
I'm the deserving petty guy here, man. He completely stole my thunder.
I know. I saw it. And yeah, obviously, again, looks like Man City practically balling favorites to win the Premier League again because most competitive league in the world. But what do I know? I'm a Yank, apparently.
You don't know shit. I mean, Arsenal's still keeping the fight up.
They are. They choke hard point stars.
Hey, we are today in a very dangerous position because Romero just had the game of his life against Arsenal, and beware of the comments. Everybody will say, "Oh, why did we sell Romero?"
The game of his life, only to lose. Only to lose.
Yep.
Well, guys, you guys are such pissy pants this evening. I log in. These guys are just like, man, so upset with life. Dash, you overworked. You need a vacation.
Hey, this is our kind of fun.
I know. This is we have fun by being petty. But anyways, welcome to the day after where we recap yesterday's match against Milan. A lot to not really talk about Milan. I think the one thing, because this happened after we went off the air, essentially practically near midnight our European time, DiMarzio dropping some bombshells. If you want to say it's a bombshell, some folks can sit there and be on the fence and be like, "Nah," but I think and we'll go over it. I have the transcript of that entire DiMarzio interview. Essentially, we don't know if Motta's coming, is essentially what he's saying, but I'm pretty positive he will come. And if you're positive that your man will come, you need to stroke it a little bit harder. But let's kick it off with Milan.
On that note, guys, please like, subscribe, join the Discord.
Yeah, the Dash went balls deep in there.
He went so balls deep. Honestly, guys, though, do like, subscribe, especially after that one. You either left or you love us. I don't know. You can't be on the fence with this one.
They're still here.
Oh man, yeah. So, and we will be doing open lines tonight as well. We'll just bang out a bit of the post game, just some thoughts, a bit of stats, whatever, that nonsense, and then we'll open it up. The news is all over the place. Motta, all over the place.
Is it in yet? That's the moral of the story when it comes to Motta.
If you can't tell, that's a bad thing, isn't it?
Yes. Quite catastrophic.
I Dash, you have to establish the "in we go," not the "here we go."
In we go. That's the new catchphrase. That's going to be our new catchphrase for transfers. In we go, because our journalists can't put shit in for shit.
I do for the summer as an idea, the "in we go" show.
The "in we go" show. That's actually hilarious for a transfer show.
The ideas.
There we go. German Dave trademarked that shit. Welcome to the "In We Go" show, where we talk to you about all in we going transfers.
I gotta write that down before I forget.
Hey, write it down. Hey, and get the patent going quickly.
All right, in we go. Top of the list.
I love it. Corban says, "Welcome, fellas. Hope all is well. Frequent listener, first-time commenter. Well, welcome.
Hey, welcome.
No matter what tragedies commence, here we'll make you laugh. At least that's the thing. Yep. That's our niche. We'll make you laugh. We'll say some stupid shit that'll make you laugh.
Hey, we're not crying here. We're just petty if we don't like something.
Oh yeah, we're extremely petty.
Well, let's talk about that then. At least Milan, because I guess the disappointment, but at the same time, which top team didn't just draw? Like, there's draws all around this weekend. Is it like the table's steady?
Stop the show. Were you disappointed?
That was one of our better games in recent memory, and we didn't capitalize. Yeah. So yeah, there's a bit of disappointment.
No, I got you. No, I was just wondering because I'm like, I don't know, like, with how we've been, is it disappointing or is it as expected? Let me phrase it like that.
No, because it wasn't what was expected. Because they played well and they still didn't get a result out. Well,
So you had a. It was like you had a more cynical outlook than I did. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Well, no, it's realistic at the end of the day, right? We've been having a bad almost 3 months now. It's Milan. They're ahead of us in the table, and we took it to them. And Sportiello, that's it. It's Juve versus Sportiello, that whole game.
I mean, yeah, I like that game was legitimately a goalkeeping masterclass. Like I watched it again, watched some of the highlights. I know German Dave has some stats that we're gonna laugh and snort essentially, but yeah, like I and I'm just joshing you a little bit, Dave, because you haven't been here in 2 weeks, so I felt like riling you up a bit, but it was like, for example, it is disappointing because that was one of those games where we attacked, we sat back, then we attacked again, and then we really attacked, and it just didn't go in. We teased it around the rim, patted it on the tip a little bit, and then tried to find it, and we missed a couple of times.
And in we went. No, we didn't. So
we didn't. It got messy before we were able to get in. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep this. Is gonna be a running theme for the whole stream.
And Dash is laughing at his own jokes.
I think the one thing though,
I'm too my kind of humor.
I think though, when we're looking at it, my question is because like folks were utilizing yesterday, right? Where they were like, oh, well, I was gonna get into that. I was gonna have some fun with that one. When I'm looking at it, before I get distracted again, because I have the attention span of a squirrel at this point, but I saw in a lot of folks are kind of saying, oh, hey, look, Milan didn't look good, or it just Milan didn't come to play, etc. 0 shots, yada yada yada. I kind of like, for me, it's like, what does Milan have to play for?
Nothing.
Right? So it's like, I look at it and it's like, okay, great, we diced them up. I thought, like, for example, Allegri did God's work by putting Cambiaso in the midfield because we finally had someone that can move the ball forward besides Bremer. But like, I sit there and I'm thinking, and I'm like watching Milan play, and I saw how that game went about, and it's just like, to me, Milan was just kind of like, is it the end of May yet? Like that's kind of the overall impression I got from it. And this isn't to take away from Juventus, right? I don't want to sit here and be like, we didn't do good because Milan didn't want to play, and Danilo couldn't make any mistakes because Milan didn't want to play. Anyways, but like there wasn't really anything per se like where I'm watching it, and I just saw Milan just kind of autopilot the whole game. Like, yeah, Sportiello had like a phenomenal match, but we essentially took Leao out of the game, and then like Milan was just like, okay, cool.
But that has been Milan. If you listen to the Milan fans, they're all frustrated with the team right now, and that's why Pioli's on the chopping block, because they can be performing better. They could have maybe challenged a little better for the Scudetto this year. They started off a lot slower than us. We kind of maybe inversed things a little bit in our seasons, but at the end of the day, we're kind of that same situation. We're both second best, and we're mad at our coach. The coach has lost the locker room essentially, right? So the fans at least wanted more from their Milan. They maybe not have as much to play for. They pretty much locking in second place at this point. That's what they're fighting for, and that's it. That's all they got. So what else do they have? At least we have the Copa.
At least we have that, right? Like, we do have that to play for, but and that's where it's going to seem like, for example, I think the only games that you'll see like pure intensity is going to be the Copa final, and then it's going to be us against Roma, and then possibly Bologna, because apparently Bologna can't buy a win to save their lives for some reason, which I guess it's Malta just, trying to interview for the Juve job by saying, hey, Gentili, you guys draw, I'll draw, I got you. But
I give you the third place.
Yeah, I'll give you third place. You mean our third place? But I think though, like, for example, when we're looking at it from a shining moment, right, is I think Cambiaso, and I said it yesterday when I called in for a brief cameo, I just think that game showed how much value that Cambiaso brings to this roster. Because, like, for example, Cambiaso is one of the players that can make those around him appear better than what they are. And that's not me like taking it away from Weah and saying Weah's garbage, right? I don't want to say that. But like, for example, Cambiaso has the ability to make Weah look better than what he's been producing at the moment, right? Because everyone was saying Weah had a great game. Weah was good offensively, good defensively. And I think Cambiaso has that effect where he makes Gatti look a little bit better. He made Weah look a little bit better. He also made Locatelli look a lot better, right? Because it's less on Locatelli. Because I think we've understood like Locatelli is a one-trick pony, where he's only capable of one specific set of skills. And if you ask him to do more, it's like a catastrophic failure in a sense.
Yep.
So like Cambiaso doing that has essentially like, and that to me is like, I understand that he's worth like 45. That's what Real Madrid, and I totally understand why Real want him, because in my eyes, he is an Italian Camavinga in a sense, where he's able to play anywhere in the midfield. I mean, hell, he's like Valverde at this point. He might not have the same skill as Valverde currently has at Real, but I remember I only got to talk about Italian teams because I'm not allowed to talk about other leagues. But it kind of goes to show, right? Like, for example, with Cambiaso on the right, Chiesa looked a lot better because, I mean, Chiesa just had to worry about Musa that whole game. And I think that, and it was kind of funny because like Milan fans were kind of throwing that argument where they're like, because some Juve fans were taking pot shots at the Milanista by saying, look at that, your Leao is not that good. And they're like, bro, you guys put like 6 players on Leao, and all Chiesa had to do was beat Musa, and that wasn't really much of an accomplishment. I just was dying. I was laughing because I thought it was funny. But Dusan again, kind of a stinker per se. I mean, I thought it was a stinker. Like I said, man, every time
inconsistent.
Every time he does that stupid shirt celebration outside of the free kick against Calgary, he hasn't done anything since. Yildiz, I don't know, because like, for example, Yildiz is one of those players that the player that he plays next to, if that player does well, Yildiz does well. If that player does poor, Yildiz does kind of meh. Like that's kind of what I've gotten for Yildiz at this point. And then Kostic is going to Kostic. I thought the back line was fine. I thought our back line was fine. Nothing really concerning. I think Bremer is doing a phenomenal job of being the regista for Juve this season.
Absolutely. Offensively and defensively doing the job.
And then like what was it? Moretti came in. Milik couldn't shithouse a goal, unfortunately. Chiesa coming in, and I had to listen to Matteo Bonetti absolutely foam at the mouth where, why didn't Chiesa start for the whole 90 minutes? Oh my goodness. And yeah, dude, relax. It's kind of cringe. But I wanted to talk to you guys about the shot that Moretti took at the end, the one where he like skied it and people were pissed at him for it. And then someone threw Rabiot back at it by saying, you know, why didn't Rabiot pass it and take a shot if you're getting mad at Moretti? I think at that point, it's just kind of like, I think they were just trying to force anything that goes in. Though it's like I understand the immaturity to play those passes off, though.
So are we nervous about the UCL?
No, you need
5 points, but also that's why I had the standings here. We play Roma next week. If we beat Roma, we've effectively nailed it.
Yeah.
Now, Atalanta has a game in hand, so mathematically, not quite yet, but I mean that pretty much.
But Roma and Atalanta will play each other, so they will take points off each other.
So 5 mathematically.
Yeah, I believe Bologna and Roma will play each other as well too.
Well, let's take a look.
Because then I think Moto will be essentially interviewing for the job against Roma. All right, so what do we got? Match week, that's May 5th. All right, the 11th, we have Napoli, Bologna, we have Atalanta, Roma. And then I know we play Monza at some point.
Monza's the last game.
All right, we got Bologna, Juventus. Oh, no, I guess Bologna doesn't play Roma. Or do they play with Roma at the last week? Is that yeah, there we go. Atalanta, Torino. Oh, I guess
the sliced meats at the last week.
Nope. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Regardless, 5 points unless they start dropping. But 5 mathematically beating Roma next week.
Yeah, 5 is if everybody else wins out. I think, right? Like that's
to mathematically secure everyone else wins kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I think at this point is not possible for everyone to win out. I doubt it.
So
No,
the thing is, we're
nobody
not
will win out.
losing.
They're all inconsistent. It's not just us. Everybody's inconsistent. Like nobody can buy a win of them right now. With how we performed like the past month, they have been dropping points as well. Like when we tied, they tied, or when we tied, they lost. So the gaps like the change like in any like extreme range or the past month. So it just stayed stable, and I think it will stay this way until the end of the season. Like there's nothing crazy happening right now. Like all the teams are fighting for their lives right now. All of them play a pragmatic style. Like nobody.
We're not the only
like,
shit team, essentially.
Yeah, like
They're
nobody
all shit.
and nobody dares to go for a game because it will be catastrophic if they lose a game. So nobody is risking anything big right now.
Well, yeah, and you can tell from the results as well, right? Like you look at the other results in Serie A today,
Yep.
you see that, like for example, Bologna, and I'm kind of shocked, but they essentially red carded and then 1-1 against Udinese, and Udinese is a relegation team, right? So if Allegri pulled that off, I would see people asking for him to get sacked, but that's just me being spiteful. But yeah, it's like for example, Salamakers had to get the equalizer at the death almost in the last 10 minutes of the game.
Yep.
Against Udinese, and like it's a pragmatic approach. Again, I'm not dogging on Thiago Motta and Bologna, right? But they're not playing hot football right now, and it's more so playing not to lose. Same thing with Roma and Napoli, right?
They're all just locking in. They're just trying to lock in those top spots. And
Roma almost lost if it wasn't for Abraham at the last minute.
Yeah, and this is why Misak's in here. Why it's 5 points mathematically, because Atalanta has a game in hand. Say they win
the way,
60 points.
He's going by the 5th Champions League spot. Right? We're not factoring.
By the way, can we get a shout out for Misak that he's still awake?
Yeah, he is still awake.
You are still awake. Maybe you just got home from work. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, welcome in everyone. Of course, please like and subscribe. Help us out. Keep the channel growing. And we want to get back to the thought mob. You guys have some stats to talk about there?
Yeah, you want to talk about a German, Dave? You hit me with the quiz at the beginning.
Before I cook with this one, just a couple of my points for the game, because I think everybody is again like panicking way too much about this game. Yes, we played a good game, but everybody's acting like we were completely dominant, which isn't the case.
You know, it's not dominant is this shitty internet connection.
just give him a minute.
Oh man.
Because he's got some numbers, and yeah, it wasn't like, for example, obviously I think you have a little bit of recency bias when you attack a little bit more. People are like, oh my gosh, they threw everything and it was a full out attacking masterclass, and it's like, no, it was pretty pragmatic. Like it wasn't anything crazy. So it's like, relax. But when he comes back in, he does have some statistics as far as like long ball completion percentage and other statistics and numbers like that. But I don't know. Like, I think he's back. You better now? No, wait. Nope, he took himself out. Okay, you good now?
I'm back.
There you go. Ahead.
Beginner's mistakes. Sorry. No, my only points were that everybody's acting like a crazy dominant game and had to win it, and yeah, we had like a couple of chances, but we had a 1.4 xG. Yeah, we should have scored one, but everybody's acting like we had a 2 or 3 xG and had an offensive masterclass and didn't finish. So everybody just has to like. I'm not disappointed. I'm happy that we put the clamps completely on the offense, because they have been scoring a lot. And it's also great that their midfield basically on clamps as well, because we had the midfielder that they were scared actually this time. So they had to back off and sit a little bit deeper, and we didn't allow them because of that to get into a midfield, into a rhythm with the midfield. So the overall performance was good, but still it wasn't like a great game. I don't want to be the party pooper here, but everybody is making too much of a fuss about this game. If you're asking me.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Like I said, this is towards the twilight of the season. I mean, Champions League football. I mean, barring just a complete lose out where the squad just says F it.
Yep.
It's like Misak says, you're pretty much in the 5th spot. If you draw against Roma, you've pretty much locked the 5th spot. If you win against Roma, you're pretty much there. You're finishing top 4. Like it would just take a very crazy act of God. And to be honest with you, Roma's not playing the best footy right now. And right now the question is they're up against Leverkusen. So is that going to be priority, or is playing against us going to take priority? So like I said, De Rossi might have kind of ran out of a little bit of steam, more so because you've seen by Roma's previous results, they're struggling to get wins now when you need to get them. So it's part of the game. This is his first official gig, so he isn't an experienced coach in theory. So it's, like I said, I'm not too concerned. Dave, do you guys have any concerns or anything you guys are worried about?
No, I'm not concerned at all. Like I said, like the other teams are inconsistent as well. Like if they were on some kind of a run, of course, like we would be more scared. But I'm not confident in them scoring that consistently to overtake us. Why we won't lose like every game that is left on the schedule. So I'm not concerned.
No, one game at a time. Get her done. Win that Copa match. Season's over. Move on.
I think we're all in the same boat there. Is there anything else you guys want to cover about this game? Any?
No, there's enough other trash to talk about.
Just some of the fun stuff here. It's not a lot, but
more numbers.
Yeah. So passing volume. Completed passes. Sorry, it's in German, but I translate as good as I can. So, completed passes: Danilo 77, Locatelli 60, Bremer 47. From 82 tries, 67 tries, 48 tries. Actually, all of their completions are good, but look at Bremer, man, 97.9% completion.
I just again I beg to ask the question: why does Danilo have more touches than Locatelli again?
Because it's just that way. I will look into touches later. This is only the passes. Let me go through these, and then you will look into the touches. But by passes, you automatically know that Danilo most likely had the most touches. Yeah, like look the pass distance, 1,580 yards. With his passes, Locatelli 1,166, Bremer 984. Like progressive passes. Here towards the opponent's goal again. Dash our favorite stat from the last game. Danilo covered 589 passing yards towards the direction of the opponent's box and goal. Loka 272, Bremer 411 again. Like at this point, whoever we want of these can play Regista. Short passes, 96.3 for Danilo, 92 Bremer, Loka 94. They're about the same. But look at Bremer again, 100% like middle distance passes, 100%, 97.4, 93, and look long passes, 100%, 10 of 10 completed. Loka 6 of 10, 60%. And Danilo, 10 of 11, 90.9% again.
I mean, obviously, those Bremer passes are passes to Danilo, Kostic, Weah, Gatti, right? But it's kind of like the joke that we have here now, right?
But Loka's doing the same and completed 6.
Exactly. And I mean, that's kind of like the running joke that we had when we were, presented with those stats last week that we had to sit down and go over, right? Because you look at those numbers at face value, you'd be like, dude, Bremer's an amazing player off the ball in a sense. But
Yep.
the
And
one thing that I found
here are the touches. Just for one more second. Danilo 87, Locatelli 79, Bremer 58.
that's closer than I thought it would be. I don't mind that. The one stats that I found interesting that we didn't name off was Cambiaso. I thought Cambiaso, despite playing in the role, his accuracy was great. I mean, his long ball passes weren't accurate at all. But he was creating those penetrating balls for for Kostic and whatnot to try to shag and get in. Did they connect? No, but it's there, right? If you're doing passes like that, it forces the opposing midfield to say, "Oh shit, we need to adjust and we need to cover this guy." Versus all they're doing is going on the wing. But again, Bremer for Regista. But I think that pretty much wraps that up. I have the DiMarzio interview or the media piece. I don't know if you guys want to transition into that, or if Canadian Dave, if you got something you want to talk about first.
There are all sorts of things to talk about tonight. So if you want to start with that, let's go ahead.
Because this one might have some juice in it.
Should we throw in the link for other
Colin?
people now for this part as well?
Fuck it.
Let's do it.
I mean, now we're getting to the spicy stuff. Maybe there are some opinions out there.
Yep. Yeah.
Colin show is officially started.
All right. So Gianluca DiMarzio, speaking to Sky Sport. So question about Allegri's successor. I know that Thiago Motta is the chosen one, but if Thiago Motta changes his mind or communicates something different to Bologna, I'm not inside his head. Okay. Does Allegri have any chance of staying at Juventus? As far as I know, no. But he also understands it. He knows very well that the club is making market evaluations without involving him. Calafiori, Di Giorno, Xerxes, they are not planning for the future together. If the club negotiates with players without discussing it with the current coach, it's because they're evidently talking to another coach, which is within their rights. Then, if there is a way to find a formal solution, because Allegri still has a year left on his contract and will need to get paid whether he stays at home or finds another bench, it will be different economic matter. And if Thiago Motta has not yet informed Thiago Motta has not yet informed Bologna that he will not stay. So he hasn't informed them anything. So
because he doesn't know.
He doesn't know. So they follow up. Is everything hanging on Thiago Motta's response? I know that Thiago Motta has expressed willingness, but it still needs to be formalized because it's not even the right time, because Bologna is also playing its history, aiming for the Champions League. If Thiago Motta stays at Bologna, is there an alternative? And this is where I got alarmed. I don't think Juventus is currently considering alternatives because they believe Thiago Motta will eventually arrive.
But Conte is always sitting there, though, isn't he?
I think he's going to Napoli. Then, if there is an alternative, I don't know it. And that reminds me of 2019. If he leaves Turin, where does Allegri go? In the first round, it's unlikely he'll return because he is not on Napoli's list. I don't believe Milan either. Not so far. Abroad, the mosaic of benches is gradually taking shape. There would remain Manchester United, where I don't think Ten Hag would stay, but he has always been very reluctant to go abroad for family reasons. It's possible he won't return next season, essentially.
So nobody knows.
What do you guys want to? Let me ask you guys this before I go. Right, what are things that you guys want to dissect from those statements right there?
For me, it's nothing again. For me, it's again the same. As far as I know, and what I have been told, and everything, like it's just the same reporting again. Misak said there may be something more to it because it's DiMarzio and he seems better connected to the current management. But like everybody else said, Felipe Anderson is close to Juve. DiMarzio posted that one as well. Like he was also in that boat, and that turned pretty quickly around. So like JJ said, like the brother preached, like I don't take anything serious until there's an official communication.
Because here's the one thing. It's funny. I'm so happy Sassuolo is going to Serie B. That's funny. I forgot about that today. They got slapped. Well, yeah, I thought they're, I remember they were making their coach Dionisi like the next De Zerbi, only for that to happen.
Do
But
they deserve us? Just because they are petty, they sent Fratesi to Inter on a bad loan deal for what 20 million obligation. For that, you deserve to to go
you're
down.
right. They deserve to get relegated for essentially fraudulating teams by overspending on their players.
Us,
Like they
us,
deserve,
nobody else. Us. It's
like they
us.
deserve to go to Serie B for that Locatelli deal. The one thing I kind of want to talk about, and this is where I'm very pissed off at the management. How are you guys essentially, right? And this is me going off of what Di Marzio is saying here. How are you guys essentially taking market strategy advice or consulting a guy for what transfer market players you're doing when you haven't even signed them? Right? There's no pre-agreement. There's nothing signed. And that to me is just like this board. I'm losing more confidence in the board than anything else when it comes to the club, because like it just seems to me where it's like, you guys are really that sure that you're getting this guy? Like
It's the
what makes
reporting. I don't believe
Yeah.
that, Ash. It's the
Yeah, the
reporting.
reporting.
Either it is done, and that's why they know what to buy, or they don't know shit and they have still lots of plans out there, and the journalists just don't know it because they are the management put out a red herring or whatever because they do everything else like in the closet. So I don't believe like any of the reporting right now. For me, it's still wide open, and to me it would be dumb to just to be dependent on Thiago Motta right now, because he's still fighting for Champions League himself.
And I've been joking
it's
too.
Not 100% that he leaves or get a better job. Sorry.
Yeah, and I've been joking, kind of not joking, that Allegri is not going to leave.
Hold on, Misaki, you got to switch from Google Chrome because I think Chrome is messing up your stream.
I'm using Chrome. Don't blame Chrome.
Last time he did it, I was gonna say last time he did it, he had Chrome and we couldn't even hear him or see him.
What a mess! You guys are a mess. The lines are open. Hopefully your line is better. You don't have to show your face as well.
And this is perfect that Misaka is here, right? Because I think Misaka would be the perfect person to have this conversation with too. But it's just maybe it's the wording of it that's rubbing me in the wrong way, or just how the way that it's formulated, right? So it's like I don't have any confidence in what's going on here. And if all of this stuff is gospel, this just makes our board look really, really pathetic.
But why would he throw it on the board when the media has proven that they don't know what they're talking about?
Dave, guys, I'm saying if this is all gospel, right? I'm saying
but it's not.
I know, right? But that's what I'm saying, though, right? Go ahead, German Dave.
No, I just want to say, like, I don't think that Giuntoli or the current management is dumb enough to bet on just Motta. Like, I don't believe that this is as decided as everybody wants it to be. In the end, you have to think like Allegri, first of all, is about to reach all his objectives with a team that is underperforming. Yes, it is, of course, a mix of the team lost all their mentality, the lack of talent, and also like we also criticize the coaching. Like, the current situation is on everybody. But in my opinion, it's also not completely out of the realm. Like Dave just said that Max will be out. Like, he's currently completing all his objectives. And now imagine Motta says no. What do you do? Will you go to Conte? What is the other plan? Like, I don't believe that this is it is as sure as the journalists want to portray it.
Let's see if Misak can talk. Are you good, Misak? Let's test you out.
Am I okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Now we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. I missed you guys. I've been watching on and off. Yes. My thing is, the Felipe Anderson thing that everybody got baited is because at the last moment he changed his mind for his family reason. It's not like It was gonna happen if not a family problem didn't happen in Brazil that made him forced to go back home to be near his parents or something, because then they said there's a medical problem there. So like that is the one reason why. But everybody was correct. Like he was very near to us. But then situations happen. Thiago Motta, though, for now he is the number one, and he will be the guy that they're gonna choose because look at it, man. Look at what Allegri is already saying. Look at the hints he's giving in every press conference when they ask him, "How do you want your team?" He never says like, I don't care about it, and the management will discuss." Like he would give his ideas of what's gonna be. Like when did you hear Allegri saying, "I don't give any inputs on the players' choices"? It's illogical. He also has some inputs, but now, as you see right now, there is a disconnect between the team, the management, and everything. It seems like Giuntoli and the management are keeping the cards for themselves and not letting either the players or the coach know what's going to happen after the qualification, but everybody else knows because Di Marcio is very close to Giuntoli. Like he is the ear whisperer of Giuntoli. That's the thing. Everything breaks through from Sky Sports for us. And Romeo Agresti, if you noticed, he has no more like breaking hits and breaking news.
Yeah,
since
we
months.
we saw
we're
that.
with you
Like
there. We've said he's
the whole season he has been off. Yeah,
Yeah, because the management changed it, so his in the know people has changed. It's another direction now because another people are taking care of the management. What's happening now is, well, I feel like again from last year, like how it happened last year when the locker room was divided between the guys that wanted to sack Allegri, like Bonucci, we kicked him out, Di Maria, we kicked him on Paredes, etc. Now it's the kind of like everybody is kind of fighting each other for some fucked up reason. Like first, nobody's focusing on getting the target, which is
no,
get to the Champions League. Nobody's focusing on that. Everybody wants guarantees. Rabiot wants his guarantees. Allegri wants his guarantees. Like nobody's doing their job at the moment.
Yep.
If you notice it, like the people that you are sure that's gonna stay are doing their job. Like Cambiaso, I am 1000% sure he's gonna be staying with us. Yeah, he's doing his job wherever you put. But everybody else is like fucking around, man. They are literally fucking around with us, and we
Yep.
as fans are just suffering. Some people are blaming all the coach, some people are blaming only the players. For me, it's 50-50. All have the same problems.
So
And the
no,
management for me is correct in this. You do not give a single dime to these players or the coach because both of them are underperforming. They are not the Juve standard, technically.
Yeah.
Like the players aren't Juve standard. They have shown it consistently. Look at our numbers. Look at our metrics. We are underperforming our XG by like what, I don't know, 10 points.
yes,
What the
10
fuck?
points.
What the fuck? Like we always overperform. We generally overperform. Okay, our numbers because that's how qualitatively good we are. This year we are underperforming, massively underperforming. Like our UCL qualification should be done and dusted. Should have been done and dusted by now, based on the metrics we had. But no, of course, everybody has to fuck around. Sorry to go off on a tangent, but coming back to Thiago Motta, I think he is the first choice, and the second choice is going to be Conte, in case the first choice for some reason. But for example, we were afraid of Barcelona. Barcelona confirmed Xavi. PSG, we were afraid of PSG. They're going to confirm Luis Enrique because Luis Enrique has a high chance of getting to the UCL final, and if they get to the UCL final, they're going to keep the coach. So it has a very high chance of that.
I didn't think he was on the hot seat. He'd be on the hot seat.
Yeah, he was on the hot seat
That makes no sense to me.
because they were not. They were very close in the title race, and they were losing games a lot at the beginning. Remember, and then once they figured out themselves, they just ran away with the league, and they're already champions.
No, I understand, but like it's just that PSG is such a young team now. So it's like it's a different core. So I'm surprised. I guess maybe it's just PSG don't know how to run a roster.
Exactly, PSG is just.
It's a dumpster fire. It's Mbappe's team. The first time they stabilized and actually backed the coach was when the news dropped that he won't renew his contract. That's when Luis Enrique finally gained some like some
Yeah.
strength within the team, and since then they have been absolutely dominant.
For me, solid. Underperforming is the players massively underperforming. If you look at the metrics. The coach also like there is no push. Like just smack the shit out of these bitches. We have like how can I say what's the word for it? Like pretentious players in our roster that believe that they are champions, that they have like 7 league
Entitled,
titles under their belts. They're entitled
they're entitled.
motherfuckers. That's why I want them all sold. I want all of
Yeah,
them sold.
I agree.
No remorse, no remorse, except like Yildiz, Cambiaso, sure. Everybody else they can fuck off. I don't give a fuck. Nobody is showing Juve standards at all. The players wise, nobody like controlling the ball. Like how is it hard to control the ball correctly? How is it hard?
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ! I'm not gonna go on the tangent again. My point is, we need a real revolution. It's sadly
Yep.
Allegri will be doing his job, which is required. Everybody's pissy about it. This is not yours. The management asked him to do this, and he's gonna do this eventually. Okay, he's gonna do it, and then his job is done. His job with this transition, for me, they put Allegri through this 3 years as a guy that's gonna consistently get you to top four. That was his goal. That was the target because that top four is like a lifeline to be able to fix the crap they did before. Okay, sorry for the long rant.
No, and I think we've all kind of said that, right? Like we've all said, like within these last 3 years, I think yes, if we won and we competed for a title, it'd be great. But I think we've all kind of had that expectation where it's like this whole thing is more so a stopgap for the last 3-4 years because it's like you look at the market strategy. Most of this market strategy was fixing everything that happened before, because
yeah.
And the question is now, right? And this is where you and I kind of had a little bit of a discussion on Discord, Misak, is Nicolas Shira says 2+1. And I understand your thought with a 2+1, right? But for me, it's just like, so if they're giving him a 2+1, they're expecting him to turn it around with the roster that he has in 2 years. And then I don't know if the transfer strategy changes, right? Because like, for example, we could somehow sell 4 to 5 players this summer and then replenish it. Then it's more believable for me, right? But if it's just, we sell Chiesa and you get Calafiori and Xerxes, hypothetically, right? I'm just saying this hypothetically.
There is one Xerxes, not
one
Xerxes.
one Z Habibi. Say that we do that, right? You can't expect him to compete with a midfield that we have currently. So that's why I'm very skeptical on if the board gives Motta what he wants starting transfer window 1, where he's getting either the profiles that he wants to the T or the exact players that he wants to the T, then I feel confident that you can hold that 2-year standard for him. But if you're only replacing one player at a time, I don't think a 2+1 is fair.
2+1 for me, it's very fair because you know that if you did manage, because at the end of the team, Giuntoli is molding that he wants to mold the team in a modern way with a lot of technical players that can handle the ball in any situation, that can do multiple roles, like a Cambiaso. Okay, same concept. A lot of players like that. Okay, so in case Thiago Motta can't get the best out of them, they're just gonna remove and bring somebody else that's better. There is always a manager. Now there is like an overflow of good managers, suddenly Italian managers for some reason. So you can actually get somebody in case it doesn't work. But for personally, on how they play and etc., it kind of fits the mold of what Juventus is and Juventus wants to be, and it is the in-between of both categories. I still remember like Roma. They played against Roma last week. They were perfect against Roma and perfect against Inter, and every game you watch them, it's like it's not the same way. It's like if you watch Fiorentina, you know what's gonna happen. They're gonna maintain possession, they're gonna press on the ball, and then they're gonna cross the ball. Simply, they're gonna keep on crossing the ball until it hits one of the strikers' heads. But if you watch Motta, no, there's different attitude, there is different movements, there is different passing schemes, there is people running in between, stuff that we don't do. Like our players just sit around. How many times I saw Rabiot just taking the ball there, looking like this, and then just passing back to Bremer. I'm like, fucking hell,
And it's
man.
all of them. It's all of them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all
It's
of them.
just that's why they need somebody that will just keep them in line. That's why I want Mota coming in, or if not Mota, then Conte, somebody that can put them in line of what to do.
And I
Yep.
think that's going to be the main thing that has to happen, right? Because, like, for example, giving Thiago Motta his flowers, right? Because with Motta, you don't essentially know what you're getting, and I don't mean this in a negative sense, right? When you're looking at it from a scheme wise, there's, for example, Motta can press you for 35 minutes, get 2 or 3 goals or 1 goal, and then he'll sit back for about 60 minutes, but still have the quality to actually burn you on the counter. Like, Motta is a modern day pragmatist in a sense, right?
Yes.
Where he
Yes.
is, like, for example, a modern day Allegri. I think the one thing that
I
folks,
said it first.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
did.
said it. I said it first. He is the modern day version of an Allegri.
So
Like a 2014 version, the pick Allegri, make it into modern possession style.
I think the one thing that folks need to understand, and this is the one thing that I keep seeing, especially on the comments from the Di Marzio post, is we're finally free of, negative football or this and that. And it's like, you guys don't know what you're in for. If you're expecting Mota to come in 65, 70% possession, 3-4 goals a game, you are going to sadly be disappointed. Like, that's not the case at all.
Maybe most games you're gonna hold the possession, but some games when he knows that the opponent has better quality, he'll give them the ball and then set up the team another way. Because if you see how they play against Inter, they play 4-1-4-1. Okay, they play with two right backs and two left backs. Because they understand how to adapt their team. He sets it like that. But against teams that are weaker, he goes to 4-2-3-1, like 4 attackers at the same time. So that's the thing. Like that's the thing I like in a coach. He has his ideas of what he wants to play, but he has also during certain situation to change the mold of the team.
Yeah, and to answer Yusef's question here, but do we think Thiago can implement this with so many games and little opportunity in a week to work with schemes? This works properly. Motas can truly cook if given versatile players.
Yeah,
If you have players with tactical flexibility to alternate between different styles of formations, because I keep seeing this, and I saw this on Twitter, right, where someone's like, "Oh, coach is playing players out of position," and yada yada yada. The modern game, no player has a set position. Can I throw that argument there? In modern football, you have to be able to play 3 spots on the field
at the same time. Yeah, no, that's the thing that people have. Like they argue about dinosaur tactics stuff, but people have still the backwards mindset of positions. There is no position in football at the moment.
No, it's not. It's
fluidity.
spaces. The
Exactly.
pitch is divided in spaces, and you have to roam or fill up those spaces and be able to play them all.
Yeah, and the thing with Thiago Motta that's unique is he's a relationistic. He is a relationist, while at the same time having possession style aspects in his game. So he likes spacing. Okay, he likes to space the team in a certain way. But when it's time to attack, he makes it so that the team is whenever they try to create space out of nothing from themselves, as you see with, for example, was the second goal against Roma where like they were passing around and then a chip ball and he deflected and Xerxes scored the goal at the end. But how people will think Mota would perform better, I don't know, and only time will tell, Sal. But we cannot stay put with the toxicity of our environment. It's not us that's the problem. Look at the toxicity outside. Like it is poisonous. It is true. You cannot keep Allegri because it has been everybody is suffering. Okay, the complaints are over the roof. The complaints are over the roof, and most of it unwarranted, to be honest. But it's done. It's done. Like we cannot keep on going through this environment and suffering, because we are suffering, not because of the game and okay, kind of bit with the game and style and stuff, but mostly with all the noise and all the backlash, continuous like whiplashing of our team every single day. Stop it. Okay, they want Allegri gone. Let's go Allegri gone. Either way, if Mota fails, then Allegri is right. If Mota succeeds, you can say that it's because he got a finally good market. There's no loser with that.
No, I think it's just angry Allegri out, folks. But and it kind of goes back to some of the comments here with, like, for example, formations are conspiracies. I think if anything, I think Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp showed that formation or line or like positions don't mean anything with how much they're able to cycle players. I mean, they're running center backs as fullbacks, they're running center backs as midfielders, they're running midfielders as center backs. Like
Midfielders as fullbacks, midfielders as wingbacks, strikers as false nine, strikers as wingers.
Yeah, they're fucking around because they have infinite money, so they can do whatever they want.
No,
But
100%. You're right. I'm just saying, like in the modern day of football that we are in, you have to have the IQ to be able to play multiple spaces, and not like one guy, for example, we have that is glued only to the left side, having a midfielder that is scared of the ball and passes it to a center backs, or having. I love Danilo, but in my opinion, like, he has to be also, like, you have to look into at some point the age to performance ratio. Like right now he's still
He's
good, but you have
declining.
to see how it is like a year from now, for example. And he is on the decline and he's getting slower, so he won't be able to fill
No.
multiple spaces. We have our left wing back as a one-trick pony, up and down and cross it with his left foot. He can't do a cut
Bye-bye.
to save his life.
He will come to Habibiland in KSA.
Oh,
he will
yeah.
come to
Yeah.
Saudi. He will come to Saudi and just get his money and his bitches.
Yep.
If he finds any bitches there, no way, it's very haram.
The two midfielders. The two midfielders. The two midfielders in front of our regista can play with the ball to save their lives. Dude, we have three midfielders that are called physical midfielders. Can we have one that can play with the ball? The only one that is actually good at the ball is the one that is our fullback.
We had, but one of them is a junkie and the other one is a betting addict. You know, that's the problem.
Yep.
Two of our ball players.
And the other one is the 185-pound center back.
That center back that we're gonna cash in, and the indication shows that we're gonna cash in on him.
Yeah. And by the way, the only consistent player is the one we have to sell. Man, this team makes me so angry.
Okay, well, let's talk about
we're not selling Cambiaso. That's what for me the most consistent.
It's
Bremer.
Hey, dude,
it's Bremer.
Good show. Dude, God knows.
Yeah. I like Bremer, but I still see a lot of deficiencies that we can improve on in the future. And I think he cannot improve on naturally, sadly. That's his limit. Maybe he can get better defensively, maybe. But on the ball, that is like either you have it or not.
Again, and anybody is on the chopping block, bar Yildiz and probably Cambiaso at this point.
But you have to imagine if a Premier League club or Real Madrid or whoever needs a fullback. Right now, Cambiaso is one of the hottest prospects on fullback. For example, there are talks of Liverpool selling Robertson and Alexander-Arnold switching into midfield, and brother, like, Cambiaso can play on both sides just as an example. Like,
sure, if they want us to get enough money, and that's the thing. If somebody wants to give us 100 mil for Yildiz, we'll probably consider it.
Yeah.
You know, everyone like within reason, right?
This summer, I don't think so, because we didn't have any platform to showcase Cambiaso because we were not in any European competition. I think other players are more like a Frimpong is more highlighted and Grimaldo is more highlighted because of the season they had both in Europe and in the league. Those are the top two fullbacks in my opinion that everybody is targeting. But Cambiaso, I think he will stay this year. Maybe you don't know next year.
What if he lights up the Euros?
Also, for example, Theo is going to be on the market, by the way, from Milan. That's clear.
There's Dorgu that's coming up. There's Calafiore as well. There's names out there.
There is names.
Jürgen is asking us. I said it right. I think I said it right.
By the way, Jürgen, I saw you already once in the chat. Are you the second German here?
We have another German. So he asks, what do you think about Sule? I think he's top talent in the future, number 11. Why do we want to sell him? Arsenal didn't sell their talents, and now I have amazing players like Saka and Martinelli. Anybody want to
His
take that one?
position.
Yeah, it's because we need money. That's the only reason that Juve wants to sell. But now it's more shifting. Like, if somebody comes and pay us 45, 50 million, then we will sell him. But he is like, he's not like on the transfer list. Get it? He's not like Kostic is on the transfer list. Okay, if somebody, whoever comes and takes it. Elin Junior is on the transfer list. But Trule is not like that. Somebody has to come and pay up.
And
for
it's
him.
pure cash, essentially.
Exactly.
It's all
Him and
profit.
Huijsen also, they're saying Dortmund is interested, but fuck them. Keep Huijsen to us. We can grow that kid slowly and surely. He's still 18, like 18, 19-year-olds. Like they have like, until Huijsen gets to the point of like actually competing with Huijsen, it's gonna be 5 years later when he's like 23, 24. He's just a child yet still.
So let me ask you this, Habibi. If someone comes at you with 40 million, you still keep him?
Of course, I'm keeping him. This guy is a kid that Pep Guardiola is gonna jack off to him in the future, man. He's gonna be that pedo. He's gonna be pedo Pep.
I don't think Pep will be at Man City at that point, though.
Wherever he is, he will try to get this kid because it shows his criteria of a player. Okay, and you know him. Guardiol, 100 million euros.
Yeah,
you can make the same.
Hey, Pep as the Spanish national team coach in a couple of years when he's done with Manchester City and Huijsen.
Yeah, that's gonna be where he gets
Hoijsen.
He gets Hoijsen for the Spanish national team. That'd be because where would Pep go next?
Like, Kamaboko, I just want to tell you, that the problem isn't that it is natural testosterone. He got in your body. It showed that it is what's the name? Synthetic testosterone that he's getting. So basically, supplemental.
It makes his balls smaller. It makes his balls smaller.
Supplemental.
So it's just like Doritos, right? The cheese is fake and it makes your balls smaller.
It'll make his wife ask if it's in yet. Anyways,
I don't know. He's Congo. They can feel. Anyway, guys, if not Motta, Gasperini. Gasperini was previously at Juventus, by the way. He was our assistant coach back in the day, or Primavera coach.
Clash. I don't think him and Gintoli would work well together.
No, Junto, he cannot coach a big club. Okay, Gasperini's personality doesn't let him coach a big club because he will fight with anybody. Okay, last year they sucked because they were fighting a lot in between each other. Now this year he got everybody in order. Okay, but this lasts for a specific time, like a 1 year, like a 12 months to 18 months period, and then it crashes, and then they do it again.
Some coaches should just stay where they are, like De Zerbi at Sassuolo.
No, keep him at Brighton. Keep him at Brighton for the rest.
He will not leave, man.
I enjoy it so much, dude.
3-0.
Hey, do you know how much fun it makes to see how everybody, even in England, is jumping ship on him right now, brother? I love it. Oh, I love it.
You know what I love most? Somebody posted that. What's his name? Roberto Zerbi has 11 wins this season. Okay, Sean Dyche has 11 wins with Everton. Same season.
Yeah.
Like, how?
Dude, if the Premier League hadn't taken the points away of Everton, Everton would be in front of Brighton right now. They're in 12th or 13th place right now.
Yeah. How many deductions? We feel bad because I don't want.
Everton 3 different deductions. I believe overall it was like 13 points, all of them together.
Crazy, and they're still not in the relegation zone anymore. I think they got out of it. Like, how many times they pull them back in?
Yeah,
they pull them back in. They go up.
Everton is 15th right now. Everton is 15th right now with the points deducted, and Brighton is 12th. And by the way, they conceded 57 goals in 34 matches. Goal difference of -5. Goal difference of -5 for the offensive genius.
Yes. So what's the problem here? The apologists say it's because he has bad players. That's why. Oh,
I thought he made him good.
So
hey,
either he is a miracle worker or he's not. Which one is it?
6 months ago, everybody said, "Oh man, Brighton, what scouting! What the team they bought from the 127 million from Chelsea and everything." But he's underperforming what Graham Potter performed, and everybody is calling Graham Potter Harry Potter because they laugh about him. And De Zerbi is underperforming what Graham Potter did.
I'm gonna shake my head about the Zerbi. I hope he never coaches us, but I hope he coaches Napoli. I will have fun. It will be so funny.
I want content now.
Like Napoli, those bunch of dumbasses. They were winning 2-1, and they threw it away at the same. That's the problem with Napoli. They don't know how to defend. Anyway, talking about the qualification thing, let's make it clear. We just need either to win against Roma, and if we don't win against Roma, and we drew, we need 2 more points. If we lost, then we need 5 more points. Okay, that's how it is.
I'll believe you. I'm not going to do the math. I'll believe you.
Yeah, because it is 5. Because we have now automatic 5th spot, and hopefully German Dave and Germany will have the other one. You are at 99.999%. I think Germany has to book for the extra spot. Yes, like
98. The last time I read it was 98.7 or whatever.
Well,
so it's
basically the German teams have to lose everything, and Aston Villa has to win everything.
Exactly, which is
not gonna happen.
That's gonna happen.
You mean the best league in the world isn't going to get 5 Champions League teams? Shocker!
Keep your pen.
I think we need only 1 point of all the games left. So Bayern or Dortmund have to draw at least 1 game, I believe, and Aston Villa has to win out. I think that was the calculation I read a couple of days ago.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
If Leverkusen win 1 game, it's done and dusted, finished. Yeah. And Leverkusen is against Roma. Oh yeah, now this 2 days, no? They're gonna play against Roma.
Yep,
I think in 3.
Yep, this week.
Yes, Thursday.
On Thursday.
So they're gonna play against Leverkusen, and then they're gonna come play against us. We're gonna go play against them.
Yep.
I don't know. It seems good because they're gonna run a lot.
If Atalanta, to answer then, if Atalanta should win the Europa League, they are qualified automatically for Champions League, and we get a 6th spot.
Yes, exactly. If they finish in the apparently if 5th or 6th, whoever wins between them, they can give the other spot to another person. 5th or 6th. But if they finish 4th, it's only 5 spots.
Yep,
it's fucked up that way. It's kind of fucked up. But I hope Atalanta finishes 5th or 6th. It doesn't matter between each.
Let me ask you guys this: do you guys think Bologna is going to be a wasted Champions League spot next year?
Oh yeah.
If they start selling, if Mata leaves, they sell Ferguson, Xerxes, like everyone.
Yeah, Ferguson, they're not gonna sell because it's already until 2025.
There's a couple other names there.
They're gonna sell like Calafiore, of course we know. Xerxes, of course we know. You don't know what happened with Salamakers because they're gonna cash in. Maybe they flip him because he has been outstanding this season, or Solini or stuff like. They're gonna be because they got the same director of Atalanta, Sartori, who's a great scout in the Belgium. And
also, they have money. Their new owner, the American, is actually investing a decent amount of money.
I think they flip. I think they flip and then cash in. They flip and then buy. That's what they're gonna do. It's their right. They can do that. And
but we said that with Atalanta when they made the Champions League.
They did okay. Yeah, they did okay. They went to the quarterfinals, almost getting to the semifinals. Until
I think they beat Dortmund on the way in their group or whatever.
Yes.
They beat a couple of good teams also.
Yes. I think they were knocked out by PSG, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they gave up the last 2 minutes against PSG. Exactly. They were leading for 90 minutes and then lost the last 2.
Yes, exactly. So, and they were already in the process of flipping. And every time, when did they stop even qualifying? It was last year.
Last year.
Yeah,
they went 2 years in a row, and then the previous season they didn't qualify. They went to
exactly. So this year, I feel like they're gonna qualify this year back. So it's like same thing is gonna happen to Bologna, I believe. Like they're gonna be Maybe next year, of course not. They're gonna not. It's a waste of spot for them, to be honest. Unless who are they gonna bring? Because I'm looking at the names. Italiano.
Why would he leave Fiorentina to go to
Champions League.
Bologna?
Champions League.
That's it? I don't know.
That's it.
Yeah, maybe.
Champions League.
I mean, I think, to be honest with you, I think Italiano needs to get out of Fiorentina. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
And by the way,
he's
and by
outgrown
the way, I
Fiorentina.
think, and by the way, I think Bologna. Sorry, but right now Bologna has an upgrade on Fiorentina. Bologna is
Yeah.
right now a way more attractive address for players as well.
Yeah. Also,
So
because they have
it's
a
way better
management. They have a good management without a stubborn owner like Comiso, and rest in
Yep.
peace, Joe Baron passed away. So we don't know who is the director now at Fiorentina. They have his son as an interim, but they have nobody actually there to be a Giuntoli-like figure. On the other hand, Bologna has Sartori that is keep on working and trying to find other players. That's why they want to get, for example, Miretti from us, which I'm 100% give it to them. I'm done. After like the last kick, when you were talking about people getting angry, I was also the guy that was angry with that last. Why he's trying to do a curled shot on the edge of the box, brother? You are missing tap-ins. Why are you trying to do an impossible thing?
He's trying to be like Fajuli, just minus the gambling addiction.
You know what's the problem? There's like seven of our players are all there, and like even Milik was. If you notice, some people were complaining, "Oh, Milik came in instead of Vlahovic." No, Vlahovic was very poor, and Milik was very good when he came in. He had a lot of great touches, a lot of switch of plays and stuff, and a lot of headers he did that Sportiello was fantastic in saving. Okay, so I was 100% sure if he crossed the ball, Milik was gonna get in and score the goal. And he did. He shot it. What the fuck? Pisses me off, man, that boy. That's why I want him sent off to the gulag.
No,
to
man.
Bologna.
I was just saying, you gotta be careful, because if Ale hears that, he'll lose his mind, because Ale's like a number one Miretti fanboy.
Miretti has to step up. Let him step up somewhere else.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I mean, we
And
were all
Zabanicci also.
fanboys when he stepped on the pitch the first couple games, but
You know, I saw someone throw an argument saying, "Oh, we'll be great next year because we'll have Berenacea back in the midfield." And I'm just like,
what?
No, Baranacci is.
That's-
I will bet now 70%. Bet now $100 is going to Genoa. Selling to Genoa for Goodmanson.
Yeah,
To get
that would be
trade.
decent.
That will be great for us.
I would take that. I would take that.
No problem whatsoever. Dan is asking, are you surprised Serie A clubs haven't looked at Xabi Alonso? That's because he said he's not leaving.
No,
He's not
hold up.
for sale.
First of all, there are only 3 teams in world football that had a chance, and none of them plays in Serie A. The only teams were Bayern. He rejected Bayern and renewed in Leverkusen. The other one is Liverpool. He rejected and renewed at Bayer Leverkusen. The only one that is open and that he will go for certain is Real Madrid whenever Ancelotti leaves. That is the job he will get, by the way. Dude, Florentino Perez will personally fly to Leverkusen, which doesn't even have an own airport, and kiss his feet and
He will land it in the middle of the city.
He'll land it in the middle. He'll helicopter land right in the middle of the stadium.
Yes.
Nobody outside of those 3 had the chance with Xabi Alonso, and the only one that's left is Real Madrid, because likely in a year Ancelotti will leave and he will succeed him then.
Also, let's not forget the guy is Spanish. So between Spain, Germany, or England, he'll go back to his home country and be comfortable there. You know, that's something.
And by the way, he speaks great German by now. He learned.
Yeah.
Like his
German. No, he was at Bayern, playing at Bayern. No.
Yeah,
he was playing at
Bayern.
Played
at Bayern.
He learned
3 years ago. Won the Champions League with Bayern as well under Jupp
in 2014. I think 2013-14 season, something like that. Yeah, he was great there. I remember, I was like, why did Real Madrid sell him and get Modric? Okay, now I understand after 10 years have passed why they chose to do that. They have the foresight.
All right, guys. I'm gonna reel it in because there's a couple news points I want to bang out, and then we'll drop into some more rumors, things that are coming in hot. First
Oh,
off,
I love trashing on rumors.
I have
some
to
of these
go
are
to sleep
decent.
though, guys.
Oh, Misaka's gonna go sleep. Let him sleep.
Okay. Thanks for joining
1:40
in.
a.m. Thank you, guys. See
Take
you
care.
next time.
Yeah.
Take care. Let's win against Roma, please. God,
Please win. Misaka will smash something if they don't.
Let's finish the season. Bye bye.
Right.
But-
Okay, so Next Gen played today. Their season finished 7th place. That's the best they've done with a record-setting or equaling 54 points. Not bad considered. We pretty much took all their players this year.
And
So-
they started slow too.
Yeah, they really picked it up towards the end. So
Yep.
Good for them. Next
And,
Gen's over.
and considering they play against 30-year-old men there.
Yeah, the average age of the team that was kind of left, because it is under 23, you can kind of include, Moretti. I mean, the guys that have played for the senior team don't really count. The average age is under 20 years. So, yeah, it's young. And that's what we want. That's great. We don't really want them to get into Serie B because things can start getting awkward that way. So they're playing where they need to play.
Are they allowed to go into Serie B?
Yeah, but then it's awkward because if you start challenging Serie B, you kind of have to purposely not promote yourself at that point, right?
That's why I'm asking, because in Germany it's the B clubs can't go into the second division. They have to stay in the third division and are also not qualified for the cup competition.
So that happened with was it Latito?
Yeah, with Salernitana.
Salernitana, yeah. So he had to sell the team.
Oh,
so yeah, it starts getting
by
awkward.
sell, he gave it to a friend.
Yeah, I mean, he sold it for.
Well, it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same thing with De Laurentiis and Bari as well. If Bari gets promoted, then you're gonna run into the same situation.
Yeah. So I mean, it would be cool in one hand if they made it to Serie B, but then they purposely have to not win.
Well, if say that Juve's next gen makes it into Serie B, that would be a huge accelerated process for development, because you would just literally send all of your developmental players in the second division, like from
Can you
developmental.
imagine how great of a prospect that is for other developmental players?
Yeah.
To play in the second division instead of the third division.
It would be good in that sense, absolutely. But
yeah,
they would also get bodied, because then it's even bigger grown men against some.
It's difficult, right? Because you'd have first division teams that would regularly drop down, and you have, like, for example, you always have 6 to 8 teams in Serie B that are like Serie A squads that have either dropped down and they're trying to get back up. Because, like, for example, I'm looking at it right now. So you have Parma, Como, Venezia, Cremonese, Catanzaro, Palermo, Brescia, Sampdoria. Those are your top 8 teams. Holy shit, Pirlo might actually get into Serie A. But like, those are your top rosters. those are your top rosters, Aaron. Oh, just kidding. Bari might get relegated to Serie C because they are playing like shit.
They're done.
But if you look at the top 8, right, those are all essentially former Serie A, besides maybe like Como, who hasn't been in Serie A for a while, and Catanzaro, who I have not seen in Serie A in a very long time, right? So there's like 2 teams, and like, for example, the ones that are guaranteed qualification currently are Parma and Como. Venezia is essentially Venezia. I'm saying it with my Albanian accent. My Albanian. Sorry. They're essentially 1 point away from Como, and then Cremonese is at 60. So it would be difficult. Like, if next gen were to come in Serie B, if they were to consistently finish 10th or 11th, I think that would be a success for them, just because of the player pool.
Constantly midfield position would be
but still, like, the awkwardness, you'll have to purposely make sure you're like a 10th place team.
Yeah, you would have to pull and move players into the roster, and do stuff like that, right? That's where really it would go.
But for player development, it's
phenomenal. Okay, so I just want to be petty here. Pirlo, 35 matches played, 13 wins, 9 draws, 13 losses, and a -1 goal differential. He's the only team in the playoffs with a minus goal differential. conceded 49.
It's like the
Palermo's,
Premier League.
I know. Palermo is in 6th place, and they've conceded 50, but they have scored 49. Or they've conceded 50, but they've scored 59. Where Pirlo has scored 48, conceded 49.
Damn.
So I think so. You got the question from Rolo FTW over there. I thought B teams are not allowed into the second league, or is that just Italy's different? I think Italy's just different. I think Spain doesn't allow. I think Spain doesn't allow B teams.
Germany doesn't allow either. Germany doesn't allow it either.
So I think Italy's different in regards to that.
It's probably because there's enough owners with secondary teams, and when the owners vote on things, they, it's Italy. Why not? Because we can. All right, and because we can, Daniele Rugani is apparently getting a contract extension. That's coming from Nicola Shira. Do you believe it?
It's a solid depth piece. I mean, what more could you want?
It's a 1+1. Allegedly.
I'm for it. He's our third best center back. So, sorry, Frankie.
Yeah, so interesting. That's nothing official. It's on the table. That's coming from a source from the agent, Nicola Shira.
By the way, we need him. If we move Bremer to Regista, we need Wargani as a backup.
Yeah, there's a lot of little pieces there. I know KB's trolling, but who wants 2 more years of Alexandro?
You don't?
Him gone yesterday. I want him gone yesterday.
I want him gone after he got jumped in the Copa like that.
That was so bad. Oh, you started. You let me think about it again, man.
Just repress it. It's fine. I have something else here. Should distract us. Maybe go a bit down. Some transfer holes here. Di Gregorio. Personal terms agreed. Of course, that still means absolutely nothing.
Why? So let me ask you this, Dave. Why are people like whining about him potentially coming to Juve because he was part of Inter's academy? We're getting an former Inter player as a coach.
Allegedly.
I gotta say allegedly.
People are petty, Dash. People don't know what they want. That's the problem. People are dumb.
I like him as a goalkeeper. I think he's a fucking phenomenal goalkeeper.
I agree. He can play with the ball, actually.
Yeah, because like, for example, and this is why I'm just asking you the question, right? Because like, for example, everybody's like frowning at the mouth, beating their meat off to Thiago Motta, but then it's like this guy, a former Inter Academy, he's an Inter Academy player, not actually an Inter player, and they're like, well, he supported Inter, so I can't. Like, bro, one of your best coaches went and coached Inter and won him a Scudetto.
Yeah, Dash. You can't get in those brains with logic. They just have their agenda against Allegri, and that's why they want Motta, and they overlook the Inter history there because they just want to shit on Allegri. And our goalkeeper doesn't have an Inter background, so they shit on the one that has an Inter background. That's all.
We want an Italian keeper, but we don't.
Dumb pettiness.
Yeah, there's always an excuse. It's ridiculous. The guy's number's great. He plays great. He's got that luck that he'll fuck you up. I'm okay with him. And I kind of like the potential deal that's on the table because there's reports that maybe Perrine is included. Now, I love Perrine, but Di Gregorio valued about 20. Perrine, I don't know, you got a few million off of him, brings that number down. And then you have Di Gregorio learning off Tech for probably a year. And you have a natural rotation flowing through. Perrine should very well be a starting goalkeeper. I mean, Monza, he could probably do better than Monza, I think, but still, he needs to be starting. I think he would make that move. It makes sense for all parties. So let's do it.
And Di Gregorio is, by the way, then your future goalkeeper, and you got him for 15 million, and goalkeeper these days go for 60 to 70 million. Like if Maignan, for example, goes one day, he will go for 70 million. Diogo Costa from Porto will go for 70 million or something like that. Like, goalkeepers are expensive because everybody is searching for a goalkeeper that can play with the ball in modern football, and that's what he can do. And he's Italian, and he's 15 million, and he's bang in his prime. So
Yeah, and that's I heard 20 million. I heard 15 plus bonus. It's the money makes sense, especially if you drop that number down with Perlin. I can't say why you wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't even say he's at his prime. I think he's before his prime.
Probably.
I think his value will shoot up even more. Because he's 26. Goalkeeper primes are 30 to 35, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
So let's do that. So we're all on agreement there. You guys let us know you want Di Gregorio in, or
can we just call just for shits and giggles? Can we call him DiGiorno's, like the pizza?
You did already, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's probably already DiGiorno's. Okay, this name, he's back. And apparently we're the only ones that are still paying attention.
I know, you're like so lockstep on it where you're just like, before you even started the sentence, you just went both hands, prayer formation, head down.
Because we're doing it again.
Please don't let me get this guy. Please don't let me get this guy. Please don't. Is it SMS?
Oh, fuck, no. It's the new SMS.
Ah, fuck.
It's Semerdic.
What's with Juventus and blue balling Serbs? I swear to God.
So,
like every season there's a new Serb that they're just tickling right under their scrotum.
Okay, but wait for it. There's a clause that has been exposed that if Udinese get relegated, he can be released for free.
I heard that, but like who reported that?
Calcio Mercato. So if that's
true,
also
this would mean shit.
If it's true, though, do you jump on that?
Look, with all due respect,
if it's true, Inter would jump on it, Milan would jump on it, and everybody would jump on it.
We're the only ones that are interested.
Not just us.
No, remember, Lazar's dad only likes us. No, yeah, it's funny because that website has the same amount of credibility as Romeo does this season. So, I mean, that's speaking much to it.
I don't know by the way, I don't know if that's good or bad. That's
I don't know if that's good or bad either.
Mixed feeling there.
But I mean, let's just say it's true. You get him for free. Udinese looks like they are getting him. You give him 2 to 3 million,
and then you have a rotation up front with Fagioli and him.
Especially with 50 plus
I would sign up for that.
Yeah, and you can give it to Mota, and he can do Mota ball stuff. Oh my goodness,
dude! Even without Mota ball, imagine them with Allegri as actual like creative midfielders up front.
So let's see
the rotation of Fagioli and Samardžić. 100%, I take that.
The question is now do they get relegated? Because they play Napoli, then they play Lecce, then they play Empoli, then they finish with Frosinone. I know Frosinone is going to be like a do or die match because Frosinone is in the shitter too. Remember when everyone and remember when Colin used to always toot their coach Di Francesco like that guy is amazing. He has the balls to play and blah 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 blah, and they're about to get sent to Serie B. Like it's just people stop mirroring coaches because of hot streaks. That is my quote of the day. Please.
Allegri had a hot streak and everyone shat on him.
Yeah. That's just Allegri because apparently fuck Allegri. It's on the script for every Paramount Plus anchor. Fuck Allegri, celebrate Inter's Scudetto.
I tell people about that sponsorship, people that don't like watch the sport at all, and they're like, really? That's fucked.
Yep.
But anyways,
I said, I can't wait until CBS axes Serie A or Serie A moves from CBS just so I can see where Matteo Bonetti ends up next. So I could just, talk about how I'm unemployed and pay for their product, but whatever.
Does Inter have a Twitch stream?
I can see him being there. But yeah, that was the comment of the week. People criticize stuff because we're unemployed. But yeah, I don't know. I think Udinese gets relegated. I don't see them winning. Maybe they might beat Empoli, but I don't see their chances quite well. So maybe that clause will kick in because on the table they have 29. Sassuolo has 26. Frosinone and Empoli are both at 31. So the Empoli and Frosinone matches are essentially matches for survival. And if any of them happen to tie, there's going to be a playoff, essentially. Relegation playoff.
Hey, I would rather have Sassuolo going down 100% instead of Udinese, and we don't get Samajic for free. But hey,
You guys really hate Sassuolo, eh?
down.
They gave us
Oh,
They made us pay 40
they
million for
they
Locatelli. I
deserve
would
it
hate.
all. Hey, they deserve what is coming from them.
They tried to sell Berardi to us for 40 million. They deserve all of it.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, they're just trying to make money. I don't really blame them for that, but
They should have focused on getting a coach instead of making money.
They should focus on getting money on the best midfielder they just loaned to Inter.
Yeah, they gave Inter Fortese for only 20.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck them, whatever.
And alone. How dumb, dude? What is that business? It's your best player, and you don't sell him for cash.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
Dude, it's like Manchester United knocking at our door. Hey, can you loan us Bremer? Shut the fuck up.
Listen, they can both get relegated because if Sassuolo leaves, we lose the league's worst jersey because that green and black is disgusting. And then if Udinese goes down, then we get rid of the imposter jersey. We get two birds stoned at once. It's perfect.
Dave just wants
to. There's the segue. And there's the segue.
There is the segue. Kit leaks.
I love it. What a beauty, man.
You like this one, do you?
I love it.
Bad. It's not bad.
That is a straight Slav pinstripe. Like
now,
that is.
There is texture to it.
Yeah, but only the players version again. Only the players version again. The actual is just like without the texture again.
So solid back again.
Yeah, if they just made this for every season, I wouldn't even be upset.
Dude, I love it. Just classic stripes, no shenanigans, just classic black and white.
It is classic.
Dude.
Now Adidas does lose the Adidas name underneath.
They lost it already for this season.
It looks that way, yeah. That's what I remember reading. And it's just white badging, no gold, nothing, just black and white.
I love it. Dude, I love it. It's clean.
Now I'm gonna. Now this one.
That looks like shit.
That's
a goalkeeper. That's a goalkeeper jersey.
Yeah.
So this is supposed to be the second jersey.
Yep, this is shit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
Adidas said, "Hey, we give you a good one and a shit one."
I don't know.
Pink in there.
They're trying to do the old school color of pink and then the Piedemonte color of yellow.
It's bad. And I guess that's just the
texture.
Yeah.
No, man.
I don't know.
No, that's not it, bro. That's not it, bro.
No.
That's like when Inter had that orange away kit like 2 years ago.
And now the third. Get out of my way. So I've read some comments on this. People think it's like a golf shirt or a polo or something.
It kind of does look like a golf polo.
No, but I like this this one as well. Honestly,
it's a nice
gray on the back. It looks great.
It's a nice '80s retro kit.
Yep.
It is a little, and that's the thing that gets me. They're trying to be retro but modern at the same time.
Yep.
Oh, I know someone who needs a new pair of pants when it comes to old and retros.
What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, it was a joke. It didn't land.
Never mind. I missed it. Well, no, not if you don't understand.
Well, clearly, geez.
Who needs pants? You saying something about my pants?
Not you.
I don't know.
Jeez, Dave, way to be so narcissistic. I don't need pants.
So I'm usually wearing pretty shitty pants. You just can't see them.
I heard pants are overrated.
You guys wear pants?
It's cold down here. We've been through this. In the summer, I take them off.
Is it not summer?
No, not yet. All right. Let's see what JJ says. I don't want to end up like Chelsea or Man United, blaming the coach, thinking that's the problem. Well, we are. It will be a big test for the new management. Yes,
I think it is, right? I think this whole shenanigans is going to be a big test on Gentili.
Yep.
Yeah, it's on Gentili this summer. Absolutely.
Yeah, but honestly, I like that he is like a hardhead. Like nobody can tell him nothing, and I like this. Like he will 100% like follow through with his vision, and it's great to have a guy that sits at negotiations and tells then the other teams, "Hey, that's the price. Take it or leave it." I like that we have a guy that finally like has some authority about him. I like that.
You like a man with some authority, do you?
Oh yeah,
Tell you
I
what
like
to do.
him dominant.
Yeah, that's the German in you.
Hey, hey, dude, we Germans, we are quick to follow a guy with a great vision.
Ah. 99999.
Wow,
man.
guys! All right,
Wow.
and I was just about to ask if you have
I was
anything
gonna say
else.
that joke gassed and burned pretty badly.
Oh fuck!
Oh my god, that's you. Oh my god.
This is
Oh my
okay.
God, that was...
We slipped on, like, we're slipping down the hill at this point. This isn't even.
We're
fucked this
waffling.
one up.
We're waffling.
All right, guys. Seriously, is there any points that we forgot or you want to hit off before we close this one out?
No, I don't think there's really anything. So I think we can put this one on the rails and train it away.
Yep.
This is my head.
Damn, Dash, you're a savage. I thought I was the savage, but man, Dash. Oh my god.
Oh, all right, guys.
Are we in yet?
Oh my god.
Thanks everyone for joining in. Please do like and subscribe if you have not already. Follow us on Twitter, on the Discord, and on the Instagram. All the links are down below. Join us in there for all the updates and of course the conversation at Discord and all the actual things that we can't say and do on YouTube.
We distance ourselves from the jokes that have been made today.
Yeah, no, we said things that we didn't actually say, so
Allegedly.
Screw you, algorithm. You're not getting us today. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
May or may not.
We'll see you. Yeah, no. Well, I'll cut it out. See you on Wednesday.